Wow, suddenly I wanted to sneeze. That's just weird, dude. Okay, let's see how the stream is going. Uh, yeah, I'm pretty much just doing this because look at my glasses, man. So fucking. How do I get them straight? The fuck? I don't know, man. Like, people always like when I wear these fucking glasses, they always tell me, yeah, it looks like your head is tilted. I don't even know why, dude. I think that's good. I don't know, man. It's like this part is a little bit. No, this part is a little bit lower than this part. The fuck? Shit. I don't even know, man. You know, if I start doing like this, look at that. The fuck? Yo, crazy shit. Okay, let's see how the stream is going. It is going. Fuck it, man. Yeah, my glasses are tilted. What do you want me to do about it? For fuck's sake. Let me see this shit. Alright, hold up. I normally wear contacts. This is the main reason I wear contacts. This shit is annoying, dude. And I'm like fine, you know, when I see like I don't notice, but then I see like this shit, and it looks like it's tilted. I don't know why. Okay, let's see. Like this shit, and it looks like it's tilted. I don't know why. Okay, let's see. Yo, that's fucking sick. This shit, and it looks like. Alright, man. This has been no. What? I'm saying goodbye right now. Are you serious? No, man. This is the Alpha Master. This is the Alpha Master. What's up, guys? It's a live stream. It's because it's late at night. I can't sleep, and I just want to like, just like thinking about it, and yeah, just want to like discuss what is depression. What exactly is depression? Throughout my life, you know I have anxiety. Something I definitely have. Something I discovered lately is that I also have OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder. It's definitely something I struggle with. You know, I have an obsession, and I don't feel at ease until I manage to do that obsession that I have. And then I'm like, yeah, fuck it, I finally did it. But depression, you know, depression and anxiety, they go together like peanut butter and jelly, supposedly. And then that's probably why I assume, you know what, if I have anxiety, maybe I also have depression. But this year, like early in January, I was going through this treatment process. I had to leave it because of school, but it was 1 week where I attended this program, PHP, because I went to the hospital for a mental examination. It's nothing bad, don't worry about it. It's just because of some procedure I've been wanting to do for a while, and they recommended me PHP. At the beginning, I was like, nah, it's like 6 hours a day, and it's supposed to be like a 10-day or even 15-day program. And then I realized, you know what, the classes don't start yet, and I have time, so you know what, I'm just gonna do this. I managed to do it for 1 week, the first week of classes, and then after that I was like, you know what, dude, I don't think I need this. You know, I'm here, and I'm with all these people that I think they're struggling way, way, way worse than me. They have it way worse than me. And during that time, I realized something. I realized that maybe I do not have depression. Like, knowing the symptoms of depression, and then myself, I realized, yo, I don't have depression. That's not something I struggle with. That's not something I feel. That is crazy. Yeah, maybe sometimes I feel lonely. Right now I feel lonely. That's mainly why I'm doing this video. And it's alright. And of course, I struggle like, yeah, I had a hard childhood. That's true. That's true as well. It's mainly because of my OCD. That's something I realized as well. OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder, it makes you hard to have discipline and to deal like a normal person, you know? It makes you hard to like even think about, oh shit, I have to do this. I don't really want to do this shit right now, you know? I'd rather do other things. It makes it hard. That's the reality. That's OCD right there for you. But the truth of the matter of like depression, throughout my life I was like, oh, I feel depressed. And then I'm like, no, dude, I don't feel depressed. What's happening to me is a combination of factors that are making me feel this way. Like, oh shit, I feel like shit and stuff like that, And it's not depression. Let me see right here. For example, this is a this is a definition of depression that we're gonna read together from www.hopefamilyministries.com. What I find funny is that every time I search for something related to depression, suicide, and mental health, all those things come together, and then also like pills. Something funny as well that I wanted to talk about as well. Uh, I was recommended to take, based on the things that I told the psychiatrist, this pill, escitalopram. It's supposed to be an antidepressant. And I think I took it for like 12 days. That was back in January. And when I was taking that pill, I realized during the process, hey, this is making me feel worse than without it. I remember like before taking those pills, like throughout my progress, I remember like the process where I was taking them. I remember before taking those pills, I was fine, I was alright. And now I'm taking those pills, and I feel like shit. At the beginning, I didn't make the connection. I was just like, why am I feeling so bad? Maybe I'm not getting enough sleep or something like that. And then like one day I did actually get like 10 hours of sleep, and I was still feeling like shit. And then I realized it has to be something else. And it was the pills. It was the pills. You know why? I stopped taking the pills and suddenly started feeling way better. The doctor didn't like that. She told me, "What are you doing? Why, like, don't stop taking the treatment. It's gonna be worse for you." Well, it's been a month already. I never went back to escitalopram. It's a drug. Also, my dad is totally against drugs, like pill drugs and stuff like that. So, uh, like, he rather have like instead of drugs, like he says they're artificial, and I agree. Like, he prefers more natural treatments that actually can be like better for nutrition treatments, also like vitamin C. Vitamin C is very important for for your whole immune system overall, and that's something that really matters. Nutrition, it really matters for anybody to feel better. That's why I cannot imagine. I was looking the other day at this new series that I found, from fit to fat to fit. It's a new series that uh, I I don't know. It's not new, but like it's a really good series that I found on YouTube. And then like on that series, it pretty much explains the struggle of being overweight. Like why it's such a struggle, like mentally, of course, physically, emotionally. It's such a struggle because like the more overweight that you are, it's the worse that you feel about yourself, and you start feeling like a failure. Like this trainer, he had to go through that process to help his client, like motivate him so that both of them can get back in shape. And it's really wholesome. I really recommend it, man. But like the thing is, going back because I went completely out of track. I'm gonna go. Let's see the definition of depression. Let's see what is the definition of depression. So I'm gonna go here, and I'm gonna put a display capture. I think it's this one. Let me see. Okay, here you go. All right, so let's read right now what is the definition of depression according to this website. Let me see if you can read it real quick. Okay, I'm not getting any views. I think I have one view right now. Oh yeah, you can read it. It's fine. So depression, it says, is the most complicated of all of our emotions, and yet one of the most common psychological problems a person can experience. Someone has called it the common cold of the emotions. Common cold of the emotions. That's crazy. It's a feeling of gloom, of sadness that is usually accompanied by a slowing down of the body. Slowing down of the body. Alright, let's continue. It is not just in the mind, but it's experienced throughout the whole body. That makes sense. That makes sense. It's in the stomach as much as in the head. We're all designed to experience depression. You see this shit right here? Oh my god, that is crazy. We are all designed to experience depression. So all of us have depression. That's what this is saying right now. Honestly, this sentence right here is insane for me because, uh, as I said in the beginning of the video, I realized I do not have depression. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I do have depression, but it's just the definition of depression that is making me confused. Let's move on. At some time in their lives, probably 2 of every 10 people will experience depression seriously enough to hinder their normal way of life. So seriously enough to hinder their normal way of life. So 2 out of 10 people, that is 20% of the population that will experience depression. That is crazy. But like it says, we are all designed to experience depression. And I think the nutrition factor has a huge factor. The nutrition factor has a huge responsibility to determine whether you feel the depression or you do not feel the depression. Motivation, also like your environment. Who do you hang out with? What kind of person surrounds you? I think all those things have to do with why do you feel depressed? What is the what why do you feel this way at this precise moment? Your factors like your mental health is always like there is always this voice. I know like some people can relate. Always this voice at a specific time where you're feeling down. Are you saying like it's making you go back like memories from past experiences that you probably had that you remember where somebody made you feel like shit, or you remember how you wanted to like reach out for someone and then you made a fool of yourself, and all of these memories that start making you feel down. I mean, you making you feel like no, like it's all my fault. Like what the fuck? Like you take things personally, pretty much. And yeah, that's the truth. So maybe like for example, for me, like there may be times where I'm working so hard on this YouTube channel, and there may be times where I'm like feeling down because I'm like, why am I working so hard if nobody even cares? Like, of course, it's hard to be a YouTuber, especially if you dedicate so much time to your videos, and like, sadly, the algorithm doesn't catch up. Honestly, most of my subscribers come from 2 videos. Like right now, the reality of YouTube is that you need to make a viral video to get subscribers. The more viral videos that you make, the more people that are gonna be like your video or like see your video or share your video, and then the more people that are gonna subscribe to your channel. So subscribers are pretty much people that like a video that you made. And if you keep making good videos, then more subscribers are gonna come up, and then you're gonna have an audience of people that actually like your videos. But something important to realize about YouTube, the audience is different. So like for example, you make one video and then you make another video. On those 2 videos, it's really hard to have. So let's say at max, 30% of all the views that you get on those 2 videos are from the same person. 30%. Like I'm just putting like a number, random number. That's because YouTube is so unpredictable. So first of all, famous YouTubers that get millions of views on every single one of their videos, they already like have their own algorithm that are like their videos are already shared. They already have the popularity of their content. They already reach fame, so they are now like uh, they're like their algorithm favors them over smaller creators. And I mean, if they keep making good content, there are more people, or then basically about the same amount of people are gonna watch their video, and then one day like they can may pop up like a music video or like an incredible like viral video that they wanted to make, and more people are gonna watch that video, or there's something good that happened to them, or like they get married or something like that. And the thing, yeah, because they're celebrities, they became celebrities, and people actually like there's something about it that inspired them to follow that person and to subscribe to that person. If you do not reach that stage yet, then it's harder. You have to get yourself out there. You have to get the algorithm. The reality is, it's really hard to be a YouTuber. And if you wanna like try to achieve YouTube videos, or you wanna make YouTube videos, you have to realize views are not gonna come for free. Even if you share it with your whole family, with your whole like on Facebook and stuff like that, most people have a life. It's not because they don't care about you, because sometimes you can take things personal and be like, oh, not even my family cares. Like they don't want to watch my videos. Maybe they do, but they just don't have time. People have lives. This is the reality. So basically, like even during these times, it's even harder during these times of a pandemic, where like in some countries they force you to stay at home. It's hard. It's hard, so it's all online, and it makes your mental health makes it worse. Makes you take things more personally, especially now. Oh, like you don't have time, but you're all day on your house. But you cannot take things personally. You cannot have that mentality of oh poor me. No, you cannot have that mentality. You need to find a way to change that mentality. That's the reality. Let's see the warning signs. Let's see the warning signs. So notice. Look at this one right here. Noticeably change in eating habits. Always nutrition makes a part on depression and anxiety. It's always there. So noticeably change in eating habits. That is that is an important one. Like your eating habits start changing. So you basically don't take care of your nutrition anymore. So you can eat whatever and you don't care. That is really important. Sleep too much or can't sleep at night. That is. I struggle with that shit. I struggle with this shit right here. I'm a night owl, dude. I can't sleep very well. I was like, right now it's almost like it's 2:46 a.m. It's crazy shit, and I have to wake up early tomorrow. I never get any sleep, and it's like, like last week I was getting a lot of sleep. Like I was making up, pretty much I was making up sleep, but I was feeling bad because then like, when I wake up, like you're asleep and then something wakes you up, and then like I could wake up really easily, and like then maybe I eat breakfast and go back to sleep. And then I realize I woke up again and it's already like 3 p.m. or 4 p.m. What the fuck? And be like, what the fuck, dude? I wasted my whole day. Where did my day go? And you feel like shit. You feel like, oh my god. And yeah, that happened to me last week. And I was like, no, I rather don't sleep or like have 6 hours of sleep or whatever, whatever. So let's see this one. Loss of interest and also like the nightmares or just I was dreaming crazy shit that makes no sense whatsoever. And then I was like laying in bed thinking about stupid shit that I know deep down I know that is ridiculous. It's completely ridiculous. Or I start fantasizing about shit that I wish will have happened or I wish can happen in the future. The reality is life is unpredictable. A year ago we never imagined there will be in a pandemic, and look at us now. We're in a pandemic. That's life. I cannot have that mentality. Let's see this one. Lots of interest in things once enjoyed. Yeah, that's true. So if you probably like if you like music or if you like sports or something like that, you're like I don't care or whatever. Yeah, that makes sense. Loss of energy, fatigue. Yeah, all of this has to do with nutrition, bro. That's the crazy shit. All of this has to do with nutrition, and that's what the crazy thing about depression, anxiety, and all those things. Like because I can relate it to this because I had gone through PHP even if only for 5 days. Like the doctor or the psychologist is never gonna be like, hey, like maybe if you exercise more, you're gonna feel better. And most of the people that are there in that room, like probably they don't even know exercise. They don't even know what exercise is. They do not connect like what is exercise going to do for me. So yeah, just consider exercise. And more than exercise, 80% of exercise is what you eat, nutrition. And mainly in America, people eat really like shit. Are so bad, like their burgers. If you have no nutrition, you have nothing, dude. That's the reality. You need to have the nutrition. You need to know what to eat. That's the reality. If you need help about what you wanna eat, like what not what no, sorry about that. Not what you want to, what you need to eat to feel better. You can always reach out. You can reach out to me. You can reach out to somebody that needs help with that. So let's see this one. Feelings of a loss of energy and fatigue. Yeah, that's true. Feelings of worthlessness, guilt. Yeah, happens to me all the time, dude. I have guilt. I'm like, why did I say this? Why did I do this? What the fuck happened? Holy shit. Okay, this one is sense goodness. I've never done this one. Using alcohol or drugs to feel better. Sense goodness. I've never done that one because if I did, I know deep down it's gonna. I cannot like. I'm so sensible to sugars, for example. So I know if I ever eat like a whole box of cookies, like I've done in the past, then my depression is gonna go up the roof. Or not my depression, like my feeling of worldliness, of like, oh shit, I fucked up, of guilt. I know like this thing right here is gonna go up the roof. That's why I cannot eat a lot of sugars. Like right now, the good thing about my maturity and me growing up is that I realize about the importance of nutrition on your mental health. I realized the importance, like why is it so important to eat healthy, to eat your fruits, your vegetables, to to have a balanced breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Even like for me, even more than maybe other people. I have really bad constipations. Like I, if I eat a lot of how you say of carbohydrates, if I eat a lot of carbohydrates, I get constipated easily. Like, and then I can be hours in the bathroom or like feeling like I want to to do my business, but I can't. And that is a terrible feeling. Believe me, that sucks. If you cannot do your business, it sucks. And that's something I struggle with, And I'm taking pills for that, which are uh, like pills for that maybe like has to do with fiber that allow me to process the food inside me like faster. And okay, so let's continue. Like using, I don't know why I was get off topic, dude. I'm just like thinking about this. Okay, so like using alcohol or drugs to feel better. Thank goodness I have never done that. So recurring thoughts of death or suicide, wishing to die. Okay, that's always when you go to a psychiatrist, they're always going to ask you, do you feel like you want to commit suicide? And the funny thing is that they don't even give a shit. They do this all day. There is like normal question, and that is really sad. Like the reason why I'm a very emotional person, and for me, like thinking about suicide is just like, dude, I just want to give you a hug, dude. Like, why you have to do this, I never wish anybody to have to go through this, wishing to die. Like, you're loved. Believe me, when I say this from my heart, you are loved. Somebody loves you. Somebody loves you. I love you. Fuck it. I love you, dude. And believe me, for me, in order for me to be able to have the capacity to love, I have to go through a lot. I have to go through a lot. I'm really proud of this, by the way. I have to go through a lot of like uh, realizing to not take things personally, have like be proud of who I am, like be confident in myself. Of course, nutrition, fitness, all of that. Of course, it had to do with like the way that I feel. And even when I feel guilty, like today, because look at the time and I should be asleep right now, I know deep down that I never, never want to do this. Never. And I also know deep down that I need to do things better for my personal life, like maybe like try to get a job that can be sustainable for my independence so that my parents like don't have to worry about me. Like those things that I know like I need to reach for the future. And I have options, I have alternatives, which motivate me to to be like, I have hope. Like it's not over yet. I have hope. So this one, dude, reach out. Nobody deserves to feel like this. Nobody, dude. It's sad, bro. Like when I was on that PHP, many people that were like just talking like whatever, like oh yeah, I tried to kill myself this day or whatever. And then another one was saying, yeah, like I killed myself or that's so sad, bro. That breaks my heart, honestly, man. And I'm so glad there are good people that are not judgmental and that realize about the importance of this shit, taking care of that shit. Like, no, that is a no, you know. Never. You don't have to go through that, bro. Nobody has to go through that. Fuck it. And I know that the world is so evil that sometimes they promote this, but that's just sad, dude. That's just really sad. And let's go like overwhelming feeling of sadness or hopelessness, uncontrolled crying. Yes, especially women, they tend to feel like this when for depression. Don't get me wrong, men also do, but like for men it's more like a stigma. If you start like uncontrollably crying, it's a stigma because as a man, you cannot be seen like that. It's embarrassing, as a man. As a woman, I know like maybe women are more emotional, but for women like when people see women crying, like they're not as judgmental as when they see men crying. So that's like for sadness and hopelessness, uncontrolled crying. If somebody sees a man doing that, like they're gonna say, "Oh, you're a pussy," and they're probably gonna make fun of that person or something like that. So it's like, it's like for men it's harder, and they have to like stick it in, be like, "Nah, I cannot." But dude, it's never wrong to cry. You can cry. You can cry. I cry maybe once every week. Maybe not that much, like when I'm like doing good, but when I'm not doing good, maybe once a week or something like that. And because I feel like maybe disappointing my parents or something like that, or my family, or I wish I could see, because I live in another country. I wish I could see like my family from my country, and I miss them, or I miss my friends from my country or stuff like that, and or I miss friends that left and now I'm lonely and stuff like that. So yeah, crying is normal. Don't be ashamed of crying, dude. Don't be ashamed of crying. That's stupid. So chronic negativism, feeling irritable. Chronic negativism. I don't. What is chronic negativism? Feeling irritable. I mean, the way I interpret this one is like, so you are irritable, so like you do not tolerate anything. Yeah, I feel like that, especially when I don't sleep very well. Like, yeah, like everything bothers you. Everything bothers you, and then like chronic negativism, like, yeah, like you are like negative. You're negative. You're not. It's not gonna work out. Like, it's hopeless. It's no hope. Yeah, yeah, I understand. And you're still feeling like, how can I get out of this? Like sometimes sleep is the best medicine for this one. Sometimes, but sometimes it's not. Sometimes, or even like, that's why, you know what, I'm against. I have to say that I'm against antidepressants, because when I was going through like these antidepressant pills, it was making it worse for me. It was actually making it worse for me. But I don't know, because maybe for other people it works. But it's like a drug. I'm against drugs, dude. I'm always against drugs. I'm more like, I'm more in favor of the natural medicine, the vitamin C, vitamin B, having supplements, nutritional supplements. I'm pro natural supplements, or however you want to call it. And then the trouble concentrating or making decisions. Yeah, you're gonna have trouble like focusing. Maybe you don't focus very well. You're like, I don't want to do this. Why am I doing this? And yeah, that's true. Especially with slow sleep, with like bad nutrition. It's hard to focus, bro. That's the reality. You're like, I really don't want to do this, and it fucking sucks that I have to be here. Yeah, yeah. So you have trouble concentrating or making decisions. That's completely true. So very definitely, and can our areas and behaviors cause depression? Definitely, it can. Look at this question. Can our areas and behaviors cause depression? It can, definitely. And you know why? Because like, if your attitude is negative, then you're gonna attract, because in life it is an energy. You attract negative energy, and if you start like behaving negatively, then like things are not gonna work out for you, and you're only gonna see the negative side of everything. So that's why it's very important. Like, I always go back to nutrition, because for you to feel good, you need to realize about its importance. I know, like, it's so like the media or whatever, it makes it like such a stigma for good nutrition, and you know how like people are like during the media, like, everybody is saying, oh, like broccoli sucks, even if broccoli has such powerful nutrients that are fundamental for your body. But like, you know how the media always portrays vegetables, fruits, and stuff like that, uh, like for lame, if they're lame, or like, oh, the burgers are better. Like, look at the franchises like McDonald's and stuff like that, where like they're so popular. Also the price has to do with it. Like, I mean, like burgers are more like cheap. Burgers are cheap. You can go to McDonald's, get for $2 you can get a burger or something like that. I don't even like the McDonald's, so I don't even know. But then to get a salad or to go to Whole Foods and eat actually nutritious food is way more expensive. So also it has to do with money. But yeah, it can definitely, like, your attitude is negative, then yeah, depression is more likely to happen, because then you're gonna attract negative energy, and people are not going to encourage you. Instead they're gonna be like, I don't want to be near this person. It's gonna make you feel worse. So you need to always check for your attitude. You have to have a positive attitude. That is very important. So yeah, there are definitely, for example, examine the following list and see how many of these issues have caused you depression in your past. Oh my god. Before doing this, I want to check the stream, like, real quick. Like this is a this is a very like nobody's watching. I don't give a shit. Okay, very definitely. For example, examine the following list and see how many of these issues have caused you depression in your past. In your past, I'm doing this for me. At the end of the day, I know like maybe before I was like, nobody's watching me. I'm sad. I'm boo hoo, whatever. Right now, I'm like I see my videos are not like now. I have more of an analysis mindset. Maybe I have to do my career. I'm industrial engineering, so we do a lot of analysis. We do a lot of statistical procedures and quality control. But analysis is a fundamental part of industrial engineering, you know. So you have to analyze why things happen, how can I make this thing more productive. That's all about industrial engineering. I love my career, dude. It's very exciting. It's very broad. You cannot like use this career for basically anything. Basically anything, you know. So freaking big. It's so freaking big. There are so many options, too many alternatives. It's very exciting, you know. So let's see. Very definitely, for example, examine the following list and see how many of these issues have caused you depression in your past. Discontent, a tendency to envy others and be dissatisfied with what you haven't got, or you resent what you have got. Oh my god, that is so true, dude. I'm laughing. Laughing. Oh, this, what the fuck do you say? Like laugh. I don't know, dude. You know what I mean? But I'm laughing because this is so true, man. And I deal with this shit. Like when you have discontent, when you're like, oh shit, like look at the life of this person and look at my life, you start comparing yourself to that person, and it's like, why? Like, why this person has the things that they have and I don't? And it's funny because when you have this tendency to envy others, it's making it only worse for yourself, and you don't even know the reality of that person that you actually envy. You know, because you're like, oh, I wish I had this, but the other person, maybe they're not happy with that, what they have, or maybe they also have their own problems, or maybe they have the perfect life. You never know. But if they, because they have the perfect life, is it going to affect your life? That's a question you have to ask. Because they are so successful, why can't you be successful? That's something you have to ask. You know, always like, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with me? Like, there's nothing wrong. You can also achieve what you want to achieve, or you can do things for yourself, not to show up, not to show off. Like, always remember this: when you do something, never do it to show off or be like, I'm gonna do this because I dream of a future where I can now have my revenge. And for those people that like doubted me, or like doubt, you know, like having doubt, like for the people that did not believe in me, now they're going to see where I am. So I'm gonna be the source of envy for these people now, and now they're going to feel what I felt. I know a lot of people have that mentality, which is completely wrong. I know a person really close to me that have that mentality too, and of course I'm not gonna name that. Like I'm not gonna name that person because I respect I I respect their privacy. But you know, that's not the right mentality. That's the reality. Whatever you went through your childhood, and I know that maybe you went through something very dark and very bad on your childhood, which causes you to now have a negative mentality. But you have to realize, dude, no matter how hard, no matter how hard your life has been, it can always get better. It's your decision. It's every decision that you make every day. Like every day, doing like, if I wake up, am I going to do this? Or am I gonna leave it like that? Am I gonna make my bed? Or I'm gonna be like, fuck it, I don't feel like it. Even if you don't do it, it's okay. You can always try again. Or you have, or like those little things, it's motivation lists. And maybe I'm a hypocrite for saying this because maybe I don't do it as often as I wish I did. Or maybe I will like slack off one day. Like today. I'll be honest, like today. Fuck it. But the reality is, if you want to feel better about your life, about yourself, you have to have these plans. You know, the past is the past. Whatever happened in the past is behind you. Doesn't matter anymore. And everything that matters, the future. That's it. It's the future. Like that's where you're going. That's where you're going. That's the right mentality. That's what you have to realize. Now, a faulty set of values. Let's see this one. Misjudging what is important in life and a tendency to focus too much on petty issues. Yeah, misjudging what's important in life and a tendency, yes, and a tendency to focus too much on petty issues. Like, what is important in life? What matters in life? Does it matter to show off your rich lifestyle or like to become rich? A lot of people have this mentality, especially if they don't have a right education. I'm gonna be rich. I wish or I dream of becoming rich. And then it happens because it has happened. They become rich and they still feel like shit. And they're like, what the fuck? You see a lot of rappers, you see a lot of like celebrities. They became rich. Like maybe they have skill. They have skill and or maybe luck, you know? And then they became rich. And then now they're like, the fuck? Well, like now what? And that's what is important in life. I'm gonna tell you what's important in life. I'm gonna tell you right now what is important in life. Love. That's what matters. Love. You know why? When you love, when you love, you're full. You love and you do not have any resentment or any hate towards anybody. And you are happy for the success of others. You're in peace with yourself. Love is my religion, dude. Love is my religion. Because I believe that it is what heals everything. It is a very powerful force. For me, it's the most powerful force in the universe that I know of. But the reality is that if you love, then your mental health is in balance. It's hard to love. It's really hard to love. That's why your mental health needs to be in balance. That is the reality. Don't take things personally. Like try to make changes. If you're not happy in a place, you can always change it. You can always change your environment. Sometimes I know maybe not. Maybe for a lot of people it's hard because their reality is already fucked and they cannot get out of there. Happens way too often, especially with the population we have right now. That's why politics is so important. That's why maybe the things that I'm saying maybe apply for somebody that is like middle high class, that they can like financially stable, they can make their decisions on their own. And like the other ones, the good thing about like for poor people, I want to say like they're poor, but like for people with lower economic backgrounds, is that they relate to each other. Like socially, they're more connected. That's something that is a common trend. They're socially more connected, and they tend to that tends to be like their support system, you know. And what makes them like maybe for them depression, they still may feel depression, and like they tend to have like value more like alcohol and drugs, and their low education makes them like be away from what love is all about. But the reality is that low economic background means that those people are like it's harder for them on the sense of like how am I going to achieve that love? So if I see a rich person, that's why they want to become rich. Like they see and they start envying them, and they're like, why can't I be like that person? And the only way to learn for them that that's not the reality that they want to have is if they actually get it. Because if they don't, they're gonna be like, dude, like the fuck, I'm poor. I wanna be rich. If I'm rich, then I'm gonna have all these things. Like, how am I gonna be unhappy with all these things? That makes no sense. That it's not in their heads. They don't realize that even materialism doesn't make you happy. It can make you happy. I'm not saying it doesn't. No, I actually did say that it doesn't. What I mean is, it can make you happy, but it's not forever. Like, there's always going to be those moments where you're gonna be like depressed, basically. So that's a faulty set of values, misjudging what's important in life, and a tendency to focus too much on petty issues. Yeah. It's true. This happens way too often, dude. Now, faulty beliefs, tendency to believe everything should go your way, or that life should only present you with its blessings. Yeah, when you're like this is so unfair. Like I should have this. Why can't I have this? It's so unfair. It's so unfair. Why can't I be famous on YouTube? Why can't I have 1 million subscribers? What the fuck? Like really, that's not the right attitude. You always have to be humble with what you have. And be like, I'm so happy to have this amount of subscribers. I'm so happy to have that success that I already achieved in my life. Of course, sometimes you may feel that it's not enough, especially in the wrong environment. For me, I think environment is the most important factor in anybody's life because environment means everything. Environment means everything. If you find the right environment that is positive, that is motivating, it can lead you to achieve success in your life. But the wrong environment, which it happens too often, it leads to alcohol, drugs, drug abuse, uh, negative choices, mainly for your mental health, debt, a lot of negative things that happen along the way. And yeah, addictions, depression. Your environment is the most important thing, you know. And I had to learn that the hard way, but it's the truth. You need to find a positive environment in order to be good up here. That's the reality. Yeah, that's faulty beliefs, tendency to believe everything should go your way, or that life should only present you with its blessings. Yeah, you cannot have that mentality, dude. Like, you have to be humble and grateful for everything that you have, always. That's the right mentality. Faulty reactions, to be overly sensitive about what is said or done to you, or to be immature and not be able to put things in proper balance. So faulty reactions, to be overly sensitive about what is said to or done to you, or to be mature and not able to put things in proper balance. Yeah, that's the truth. Faulty reactions, to be overly sensitive about what is said or done to you, or to be mature and not being able to put things in proper balance. Yeah, I deal with this throughout my whole childhood, I believe. I think a big factor about my childhood was the lack of sleep. I had to wake up really early, at like 6 a.m. to go to school, and then I had to come back at like 4 or 5 p.m. I was in soccer class as well, so I think my mental health and sleep is fundamental. And like during all those days, maybe I had like 6, 5 hours of sleep every day, and it's not good, for your mental health to have such a low sleep. Especially maybe some people can deal with it, but the recommended amount of sleep that people should get are like 7 to 9 hours. 8 hours is like the recommended amount of sleep that people should get. But if you do not have that much sleep, then you're gonna start like thinking irrationally and start like believing that things are the way that they are actually not, and you're just gonna start taking things more personally and start like finding yourself with these feelings of envy, hate, of jealousy, of like anger more often. So that's why it's very important. Good nutrition, good health, balanced body, healthy lifestyle is so important, dude. I wish people in this country or in third world countries could know the importance of mental health, the importance of nutrition and exercise. I wish they could like realize why it is so important to eat your vegetables, to eat your fruits, to eat healthy, to avoid too much fat, and to exercise. Like run, dude, like 15, 20 minutes, like just jog, try to do different aerobic, different like weights, like force, like lifting weights, abs, just going to the gym. That's extremely important. Even during this pandemic, people should be able to exercise. It's extremely important for mental health. Exercise is such a powerful weapon, for real. Overly sensitive about what already said or done to you, yeah, or to be mature and not be able to put things in proper balance. Definitely, man. It can affect you. If somebody says something to you, and then you're gonna be like, "The fuck," or you're gonna start like hating that person for that. Yeah, it's not good. It's not good at all. And then forgiveness not processed. And that this is one is crazy because it puts religion into the process. It mentions God. So forgiveness not processed. Ignoring God's instructions related to asking for forgiveness, forgiving yourselves and forgiving others. I don't know if this one is a Christian website, I'm not sure. Because it like baffles me how it just mentions God instructions. Even though maybe the person reading this may be like an atheist or something like that. But yeah, like it mentions God in this one. I do believe in God, by the way. I consider myself a Christian, but in all reality, I consider my religion to be love. That's my religion overall. And I am a Christian because I believe Jesus is love. That's what I believe. And Jesus is God. Jesus is love, so therefore love is God. So Jesus and God, like, it's like a definition. So Jesus equals love, and God equals love. So Jesus must be God on earth. Like that's why today I consider myself a Christian. It's a simple process, but honestly, I do not agree with radicalism. I do not agree. Like if you see Muslims or Jews, I do not say they are wrong. I'll never say they are wrong. That's why I consider my religion to be love, because I know that Christians can be radical with the idea of Jesus Christ being God on earth and there is no other way. Like I consider myself to believe that yeah, Jesus is love, but the people can have their beliefs and their religions, and as long as it makes them love, I think that's good enough. And Jesus is always going to love you, whether you believe him to be the Son of God, to be God, to be just a prophet. I don't think it really matters. No, that's my opinion. That's just my opinion. I don't want to offend any radicals, but I'm not a radical. I believe in Jesus, and I believe in love. For me, the most important part is love. So forgiveness is not process. Ignoring God's instructions related to asking for forgiveness and forgiving yourself and forgiving others. So it's like, please forgive me. I forgive you. It's alright. It's in the past. You didn't mean it. Maybe something wrong happened to you. I'm not gonna take it personally. It's okay. Don't worry about it. It's simple. It's really simple. But the thing is that you have to want to forgive. You have to want to forgive. That's the most important part. So yeah. So in here it says, if you get depressed regularly without any apparent cause, the first step is to get a good medical evaluation and try to discover if there is a physical cause for your depression. If there is, have the depression taken care of with appropriate treatment. Yeah. If the depression is reactive, caused by a loss of some sort, there are several things you can do. Minor depressions are usually temporarily provided you trust God with them and don't feed them with too much inspection. You know what baffles me about this? Just mentioning you have to trust God. But there may be atheists reading this and feeling depression. They're like, but I don't believe in God. I do believe in God, by the way. I'm always going to believe in God. But I mean, there may be like people that do not believe in God and be like, okay, but you trust God, but what do you want me to do about this sentence if I do not believe in God? If I do believe in God, I want to say again, just to make it clear, I'm a Christian. So yeah, you have to trust God. I mean, I think this article is kind of insultive. Like it doesn't, in the sense of like, it just for believers. It's just for believers. Like I don't know, man. That's my opinion. Like you say, you have to trust God, but what if you don't believe in God? Maybe trust love. For me, God is love, so I can change God and put love, so that people don't get offended or atheists don't get offended. I don't know, man. I'm just pointing that out. So provided you trust God with them and don't feed them with too much introspection. So let me read this again. The depression is reactive caused by a loss of some sort. There are several things you can do. Minor depressions are usually temporary, provided you trust God with them and don't feed them with too much inspection. Okay. If, however, you feel your depression is more serious, try the following steps. Step 1, identify the loss with all its implications. Step 2, accept the loss. Do your grieving and try to put the loss in some perspective. Step 3, then get on with your life. Can I pray my way out of depression? Yeah, I think this is a Christian website, you know. I'm thinking about it, I think it's a Christian website. Can I pray my way out of a depression? It depends on the depression, or more importantly, on what is causing it. If it's caused by sin, yes, you can pray your way out of it. Yeah, that's true. That's so true, dude. Yeah, I sin. I feel bad about it. I fall again into the sin. I fall again into temptation. I regret it, and I want to get out of it. What do? I pray. Personally, I do pray every day. I do pray every day. I'm a big believer. You know, I'm a huge believer. But because I'm a believer, I'm not judgmental. I'm not judgmental. I'm not going to be like wanting to convert everybody into my religion. I think that's wrong because you're like making people uncomfortable and forcing them into something that you were. It's like a cult, you know. You're forcing them into your cult out of fear. So you're motivating them out of fear, when the reality is that they should be motivated by love. That should be the main motivation, love. That's what I believe, because I've been through the other perspective. I've been through like having radicals trying to convince me of their beliefs, and like all of their base. I have to say this too. Like all of their base was based on opinion, not on fact, on opinion. So you cannot be radical. I'm not a radical, but like I'm a tolerant. I learned to be tolerant, and today I tolerate every religion. You know, my religion is love. I'm always gonna say my religion is love. Of course, I'm a Christian because of Jesus Christ, because I love Jesus and I believe in Jesus. Reading the Bible, like he did amazing things. But my religion is love. So let's see. Can I pray my way out of a depression? It depends on the depression, or more importantly, on what's causing it. If it's caused by sin, yes, you can pray your way out of it. The act of prayer involves confession, repentance, and the receiving of forgiveness. Yeah. So you remove the cause of the depression. You can get out from that kind of praying and really believe you receive forgiveness. That's important. You have to have faith. You have to have faith. Yeah, God forgave you. It's alright. He forgives you every time. You know, we're human beings. We mess up. He's going to forgive you. Don't regret. Don't feel guilty about that sin that you committed. You pray your way out of it, and God understands. If your praying is sincere, then you're gonna be fine. God is going to understand. God always understands. He understands even more than you think. God is like He understands completely. He knows your life. Don't worry about it. Have faith. Have love. That's the most important part. Don't feel guilty. It's all right. If you really want to make the change, if you really feel bad about what you did, and you see a future where you don't do these things anymore, and you want to be a better person, then it's okay. Don't worry about it, and you're going to achieve your goals. It's all about faith. So you can get out from that kind of praying and really believe you receive forgiveness. Keep in mind what I just mentioned. Through that, the feeling of depression may not go away immediately. Praying also helps to put things into perspective. It gets you in touch with the resources of God too. But I don't want to give the impression that every time you're depressed, you can just pray it. Oh, yeah, you can just pray and it will go away. Yeah, so it's not that easy. But prayer needs to be an integral part of your healing from depression. Self-management strategy of your healing from depression. Self-management strategies. Then you give me keys to minimizing depression in the future. This is the website, by the way. Let me see if it like works over here. This is definitely a Christian. Yeah, this is a Christian website. Look at this. This is a passage from the Bible. Let me read it. Do not be anxious about anything, but in everything, but by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your request to God, and the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Jesus Christ. Philippians 4:6-7. And this is another verse right here. Let me read it. Think more realistically and honestly, and be more reality-based. Fantasy and imagination can feed expectations and lower our tolerance for loss. Ultimately, we all need to realize life is full of losses. The only abiding hope is that which God gives us in Christ. He is our reality. Gives us in Christ. He is our reality. Therefore, I tell you, do not worry about your life. Matthew 6:25. Amen. Something I want to say. I swear, I did not know this was Christian. I swear. Like what I search, this is what I search in Google. The definition of depression. That's all I search. I do see this. I'm a person of vision, but this is why I feel like crying right now, because I do feel this like this is a sign from God. You know. That's why I feel like so. Like right now, like I'm putting things into perspective, and I see this, and I'm like reading these passages from the Bible and name of God, and because this is crazy. Like I'm a person that like I see like signs. I see signs, you know. And at the beginning when we were reading this, I had no idea this was Christian at all. And I was reading this like, uh, yeah, this is like an article, a common article, maybe scientific article about depression and the definition, because that's what I searched. And then he started to talk about God and forgiveness and passages from the Bible and Jesus Christ. And look at this. And I see this as science, dude. I see this as science. That's why, man, I'm getting emotional right now because it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. It's like God. I feel His presence. It's like God telling me, I'm here. I'm here. I'm always here. And that's so beautiful. If you put these things into perspective, that's so beautiful, man. That's so beautiful. And I promise you, like, my intention was not like religious at all. Like, as I said in the video, I'm tolerant with every religion. Like, for example, Islam. I love Islam. I love my Muslim brothers, and I love like the the peace in Islam. I had an experience with Islam, by the way. I don't want to get too much into it, but I understand like some things about Islam, even though I believe in Jesus Christ. That's the big difference. But the thing is that I love religions. I love religions and their faith, their beliefs. Love for me is the most fundamental part. Love. But I just see this and I think it's so beautiful, man. I think it's so beautiful, to be honest. This guy Mike Miracle is the one that wrote the article. Mike Miracle. So yeah, like I read part of it. I don't think I'm gonna go through all of it, but I think to minimize depression in the future, I'm just going to read like this part. Like every depression can be used by God to grow our faith and to teach us important lessons. While we can minimize future sins of depression in the future, we can't eliminate them. Here are 4 ways to lessen our future depressions. Uh, learn to monitor your thoughts in such a way as to produce a healthier and more positive way of thinking. It's helping you in your present depression. The exercise that I've described it. If also carried out during times when you're not depressed, it can prevent the onset of your next depression. You will keep in perfect peace him whose mind is steadfast, because he is truly in you. That's Isaiah 26:3. Learn to recognize the connection between your negative thinking and things of depression. I could those thoughts earlier. We can ignore our thinking habits. Many depressed individuals have practiced negative thinking for years. Yeah, it has become a lifestyle for them. They have a lot of unlearning to do before they can avoid or minimize future depressions. And this is a passage I read before. Do not be anxious about anything, in everything by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving present your request to God, and the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Jesus Christ. In Christ Jesus. Philippians 26:7. 4:6-7. Philippians 4:6-7. Think more realistically and honestly, and be more realistically and honestly, and be more reality-based. Fantasy and imagination can fit expectations and lower our tolerance for loss. That's so true. Ultimately, we all need to realize life is full of losses. Yes, and you cannot always achieve what you want. It's a harsh reality, but it's true. And you can always focus on the realities that you can actually achieve to make it more positive for yourself. The only abiding hope is that which God gives us in Christ. He is our reality. Therefore I tell you, do not worry about your life. That's Matthew 6:25. Prevent or minimize future depressions by developing scripturally accurate beliefs. Our beliefs are the framework and foundation of our life. If I believe I am a failure, I will feel and act like a failure. That's true. Do not believe you're a failure. Believe you're a hero. You are a hero. You are a hero because you're struggling and you're finding ways to overcome it and to change for the better. That is hero mentality. That is alpha mentality. The alpha master. So if I believe I'm a failure, I will feel and act like a failure. Every Christian needs to rewrite his or her life scripts and make sure God is a part of them. We believe God is in control and that Christ is our Savior. This should create a more helpful outlook so that we can say with Paul, I am not saying this because I am in need, for I have learned to be content whatever the circumstances. Phil 411 Neve. Okay, and this is a test right here. But yeah, Mike Miracle is the one that wrote this article. It's called wholefamilyministries.com. I swear that I did not know that Christianity was going to be involved in this article. It was just mainly to know what depression was and how to and symptoms from depression and how to overcome it. Of course, most of the guidance to overcome it has to do with Christianity, with religion. But I understand this may not apply to everybody because there are religions in the world. Like there are people that are Muslim, that are Jew, that are Buddhist or Hinduism. Maybe their recommendations are going to be different. Maybe it's not going to be about the Bible, but about something else. But everything has to do with love. That's what you have to realize. Look at my hand. This represents love. The heart represents love because it's like a perfect shape that you can cut it in the middle, and it's like it's perfectly symmetrical. It's perfectly symmetrical, and it's such a perfect balance that it's beautiful to see. You know, this is the representation of love right here. Don't be ashamed of saying I love you, because if you really feel it, it's okay. You know, it's like it's a normal feeling. Like I can love people, and that's okay. Love is so powerful, man. It helps lives. It overcomes a lot of obstacles in your life. Don't be ashamed of loving. For me, love is always going to be my religion, my way of life. Love. Even if I am a hypocrite, because one day I'm gonna feel like shit, and you're gonna be like, oh, it's the person that said that he loved, but what the fuck happened? I'm a human being. I struggle. Of course, I'm a human being, but this is a very important lesson. This has been a journey, dude. This video has been a journey. Also for me, because I did not expect this one to be to involve Jesus Christ and Christianity, which I was also talking about. And if you've seen my video from 2020, I also made a video about like what I experienced. It's in Spanish though. That's a problem because I'm talking English right now. But basically, I experienced how religion made a huge part of my year 2020, a huge part. And now I'm talking about depression, and I see religion, I see Jesus Christ, and I think I don't know, dude. I see this as a sign, you know. I see this as a sign, and I think it's beautiful. But not going because I want to include everybody. I want to include everybody, even like people from our religions. Like depression, anxiety, like there are many ways to treat it. But the most important thing that you have to remember is like first of all, you need to know what you eat. You need to know like you need to it needs to matter for you. The things that you eat, every single thing that you do, like control your time, have like time management. Time management is a huge part of my career, industrial engineering. Time management, it's like how many hours are these people going to work? Like, what is the minimum amount of time that we're going to spend to finish this project, assignment, or homework, or whatever? And time management is so important. Discipline, all of these things are very important to find some motivation in your life, in whatever you do, that is going to make you more sustainable to avoid feeling depressed. Anything, it can be anything. Even like for me, staying up, I'm still already 333, which actually that is my lucky number. Another sign, dude, I swear, I also talked about it before. 333. I don't know, dude. I always see this number every single time I notice the time. I was gonna be 333. It's crazy. I promise. And I don't even like that number. I prefer 34. I'm seeing signs everywhere now, man. That's crazy. That is crazy. Oh my god. I don't know if I'm crazy or like I'm a believer. So these things are crazy for me. Now it's 340. Now it's 344. So I can chill. So yeah, basically, this has been a journey for me. I know I'm not even looking at the live stream, so I don't know how many people saw it. I saw that one person was watching it, but I'm just gonna post this video. Let's see what happens, and if I can help one person, I think that's enough. But I did help one person. You know who I helped today? I helped myself. I did. This video was beautiful. This has been a journey. And I do have a friend that maybe he will like this video. not one friend. I have many friends that, even families, that maybe are going to appreciate this video if I share with them. Maybe it's gonna help them as well. The problem is some of them don't speak English, and I speak English all the freaking video. Maybe they understand. I don't know, man. I don't know, but I'm mainly when I did this video, I was mainly thinking about, like, in general, to talk about depression. And also, I may be kind of selfish when I say it, but uh, I was thinking about myself because I wanted to feel better. Like, I wasn't feeling so good. I was kind of feeling like I know I can't sleep again, so I want to do something. I was thinking about depression, so I was like, you know what? I want to talk about it, and maybe let's see if it's making me feel better. And definitely did, bro. This been a beautiful journey, man. I see signs everywhere. It's crazy. I see signs everywhere, man. Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior. I'm always gonna say it. Love is my religion. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching the video. I'm gonna end the live stream. It's been beautiful, dude. It's been really beautiful, and it's been the Alpha Master. It's been the Alpha Master. Let's see. Oh, there it is. Uh, yeah, this has been the Alpha Master, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Goodbye.